I do have a pretty good record against Rogue so far. And this looks like a pretty nice hand to just curve out with. Tree Reinforcements activates the Dendrologist. Maybe Dendrologist activates the Garden Gnome. The Treant on turn 1 also lines up pretty nicely against anything he can be doing on turn 1. Especially if that thing he's doing on turn 1 is nothing. Maybe I should have gone Acorn Bearer here instead of Tree Reinforcements, and the next turn could be like Tree Reinforcements Coin Dendrologist. But that was only better against Backstab. And I guess sometimes you just get backstabbed. Let's just go Coin Landscaping here, and then maybe Dendrologist will be active next turn. But even if he clears both of these, I probably still have to just go Dendrologist plus Acorn Bearer. This Forest Sade is an activator for Garden Gnome. Witching Hour can be 3 mana summon a squirrel, so that's definitely appealing. It's gotta be Forest Sade. Bees was maybe okay, but Garden Gnome is way more important. And he's probably just gonna play his stupid Apothecary thing here anyway. Although I guess it is hard for him to combo it. Love to see the Necrium Blade break with nothing to activate. Oh, he has another one. That's fine though. I'm putting a lot of stuff in play here. Yes, play your shitty charge minions without buffing them. I can hit a nice 4 minion to Soul the Forest here. That's probably pretty good. Maybe I should have killed this, since he can activate the Death Rattle anyway. But I think putting him to 12 puts him under a lot of pressure, so that's probably better. Not if he has Scale Hide, though. Let's go Aeroponics. I guess I'm gonna kill that thing. Going face doesn't really do anything here since he has the Scale Hide in play. And he only had 4 cards in hand, which is pretty low for the Necrium Apothecary. Especially when one of those 4 cards is the Warbringer itself, which is pretty unplayable unless he hits Anka. Good old Flick Sky Shiv. Yeah, Flick is so insane against Treants. Oh, 0 mana Mulch Muncher. Can I survive long enough to play that with Sathravar? Probably not. I think I need to play this here. And kill the 5-power minion. Not sure if it really matters that much. But, yeah, I mean, this Goru potentially deals with his entire board. That'd be really nice. Okay, still deals with a charge minion and 2 of his dudes. And at this point, his Necrium Power Spike has sort of passed. Okay, I lied. That's a 7/7 Wisp. But these are 3/3 Treants. I am just threatening lethal here with Savage Roar. And it's pretty hard for him to kill me here. I've seen 2 of his chargers already. And I think if he had more buffed chargers, I probably would have seen them by now. Actually, I know that his hand is a fresh card that's not buffed, a lackey. Oh, that's not a lackey, but it's a card from a lackey. And then the Warbringer. So I actually just have lethal here. Savage Roar puts these each up to 5, so I have 22. Second Savage Roar was unnecessary, but super lethal.
Class is in session.
1, 2, 4. The Dendrologist is only a River Croc, but against this Hunter deck, it's pretty nice to just get it in play, or maybe even hold it to try hitting like a healing card or something. I actually think the Whispering Woods is kind of bad. It gets explosive trapped, and lets him activate, Unleash the Hounds. I think if he is the aggro hunter, this is just an absolutely awful matchup. That didn't seem like a great turn from him, though. But yeah, realistically, I think this matchup is probably like 10%. I just have, like, no reasonable healing. I can use my hero power, but it's just not enough. And his deck just burns me out so fast. But I do have double Dendrologist, and I have some trees that I can play next turn. So if I can pick up, like, Ferocious Howl or something, that can be a way that I can win this game. It almost feels like killing my guy and not letting a 1/1 go into a 2/1 there is better. But that deck oftentimes just doesn't care what happens if it gets in a little damage from each card. Alright, Dendrologists, let's go. Oh, that's a Savage Roar. Maybe I don't even Dendrologist here. What if I just triple trade, play Tree Speaker? I have 16 in play. This is actually threatening a lot of damage. This is a 2-turn lethal setup. Well, I could draw another Savage Roar for lethal, but I don't think anything else is lethal. But yeah, this is a pretty massive threat. I'm most worried about Freezing Trap, I guess. Okay, that's a Freezing Trap. So I go here, I push 10, I'm showing 14 plus whatever I play here with Savage Roar in play, or Savage Roar in hand. 10, is it 14? Maybe I just, like, don't even play anything because of Unleash the Hounds, but I can't really die to Unleash the Hounds next turn anyway, right? So I think I'm just gonna go Shrubadier Dendrologist. Healing Touch. Or maybe I just Mark of the Wild this turn. Mark of the Wild's probably better. Maybe the matchup's not as bad as I thought. I did have the Tree Speaker though, which is not always... Well, I guess it is usually active, since they never trade with that deck. Maybe the Tree Speaker is what I needed. Yeah, sick heal. Get Savage Roared, nerd.
Class is in session.
I'm actually going to keep a Tree Speaker. It might be silly, but the last time I played against this Hunter deck, I thought I was super screwed, and then I played Tree Speaker on curve and won the game off the back of it. So, like, maybe that's just a way this deck can win the matchup. And it's not like any of the other cards in my deck are any good. So, just hoping it works out. It is nice to get a minion in play before aggro Hunter, but him doing nothing last turn leads me to believe he might not be aggro Hunter. If it's explosive, hitting here gives me a play. So he could be an aggro Hunter build that runs Snake Trap, but at this point I think he's probably just Highlander or something. Definitely not aggro at this point, but that's not a surprise. So it looks like my curve here is probably just Garden Gnome into Garden Gnome and then Tree Speaker, how many of my trees survive. Even if it's only one tree, this card is like still good. If it's more than one, the card's insane. Really blows my mind that people don't play this card in Treant Druid. But, I mean, it is kind of clunky. If you don't have the tree, it's just a 5-mana 4/4, which is pretty terrible. I do want to kill that thing. Looks like the ceiling here is double tree. But I did pick up Force of Nature. Maybe that's my turn 5 instead of immediately going for the Tree Speaker. We'll see how much he trades here, I guess. He doesn't quite have enough to full clear. Alright. There's probably a good chance this is Pressure Plate. I don't know if I've played into it yet. Not Pressure Plate. So it's probably Rat Trap at this point, right? I haven't been keeping super close track of what it is, but it seems like I've probably checked for everything else. So Mulch Muncher looks good, but maybe I am greedy with my Mulch Muncher since I do have Sathravar in my hand. Can I be that greedy? I can probably be that greedy. But the question is, what do I do here if I'm not playing Mulch Muncher?
How curious.
Maybe it's double Squirrel plus Soul of the Forest? That sets off Wrath, though. Setting off Rat is a real bummer. Maybe it's Hero Power this and just play double Squirrel. So greedy with this Mulch Muncher. But also, like, yeah, this is the reason people don't play Tree Speaker, right? They haven't been able to land at this game. But, like, if I wasn't playing Tree Speaker, what would it be? Probably like a Power of the Wild or something. Don't know that that would be particularly useful this game either. Another Mulch Muncher. So I guess I can play a Mulch Muncher here. And then what? Soul the Forest to this board? Maybe I just play a 5-mana 4/4. Could also Savage Roar. Can actually just full clear with Savage Roar, huh? Maybe that's the play.
So many contradictions.
Alright, ahead on board, comfortable health total, and some insane plays coming up. This is a strong turn from him, but definitely not insane by any stretch. I think Pressure Plate would have gone off there, right? So he's got Rat plus not Pressure or Snake. What is this? Consecration, probably. Maybe Holy Nova. Baron Geddon. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. But it's time for Sathravar. I'm down to get sniped here. It's actually kind of a bummer, because the copied one is also only an 8/4. But the ones that were damaged were being set pretty low by the Baron and the Rat anyway, so I think this is pretty okay. And when he deals with this, which I assume he will, then I've got my Goru the Might Tree to start getting value out of my other Treant cards. What does he have here? Ziliox? Sure. Am I always playing Goru the Might Tree here? Maybe not, actually. Because Goru actually does buff the trees, like, when they're already in play. So, maybe just get the trees in play. Can I ever die here? You would need Bran, plus hero power is 10, 13. Looks like a nope. But I think I still want to give something plus 2 health and taunt here. Maybe just one of the Treants. I don't think there's that much reason to let him run into Sathravar instead of a 2-power minion. I could have buffed the Acorn Bearer, I guess, but he could just kill the Acorn Bearer by attacking. So, like, is he gonna hero power this 2/2 taunt or the 5/2? Looks like the 5/2. If he doesn't do anything too insane here, oh, that's pretty insane. And this poor Goru just wanted to buff a bunch of trees. He's going face. That's rude as heck. What the hell? Well, maybe I Tree Speaker here. I can put 24 power in play. If I Tree Speaker, though, I can die to Bran. I have seen Zephrys already. Bump, bump, bump. I guess I would hero power this. So I'd be at 11, he'd be showing, he'd have 12 with Bran. I think it's a Goru turn. That happens for sure. I would like to start pushing damage. What if I like full trade? I have 6, 12, 18, 19. So I need to push 2 of these to face to set up lethal here. I guess I can do that. Right, he's at 19. This is 6, 6, 6, plus 1. Alright, I think I like this line. If he does have Bran here, he can clear a little bit, but I'm not that worried about him clearing. Uh-oh. Hopefully he plays Unleash the Hounds before... Nice. Before Unleash the Beast is what I was gonna say. Wow, 6 Zul'jin. So that game was a very good argument in favor of just cutting Tree Speaker from the deck, but I like Tree Speaker so much.